Hi, I'm Dr. Sally Norton. Now, as an NHS consultant and an expert in weight loss, I'm often getting phoned up by the media to ask me for my response to all sorts of issues that people have with their weight loss. And one question that I got asked yesterday is something that I'm always getting asked by clients and patients, and so I thought I'd share it with you. And that is, could it be my hormones that are stopping me losing weight? Now, if you ask lots of doctors that question, they'll probably say, no, it's highly unlikely, it's just that you're eating too much. But actually, they're wrong to some degree. It usually is hormones in some way that are responsible for your weight, and I want to explain why. Now, hormones are actually chemical messengers that your body uses to help keep all of your systems nice and stable. And if you have an imbalance in your hormones for whatever reason, it can cause problems. The hormone that's most associated with weight changes is thyroxine, which is a hormone that's produced by your thyroid gland in your neck, and it helps with your energy levels and metabolism and various things like that. Now, if your thyroxine levels are low, you may actually put on weight. You may also feel constipated or low in mood. The problem is those symptoms are very common anyway, so it may not be your thyroid that's causing them. But if you also have dry skin or brittle hair, or you're feeling really sensitive to the cold, much more than people around you, it may be that your thyroid hormones are low. And so it's worth going along to your GP and getting that checked out. It's just a simple blood test, and don't panic if they are low, because you can take a tablet to help replace that hormone, and then you'll feel an awful lot better. So that's the one that most doctors think about when people ask about their hormones and their weight. It's relatively common actually having a low thyroid hormone. About 1 in 100 women or so have that. It's a bit less common for men, but it's not that common considering that 2/3 of us are overweight, and just 1 in 100 of us may be able to put that down to our thyroid hormones. So we need to be looking at other areas. Are there any other hormones that can be contributing to our weight? Well, yes, there are actually. So our body also produces a variety of hormones that affect how we eat, how we process our food, how we digest it. And we're still getting to the bottom of those hormones. They're very complicated. There's lots of them interacting. But some of these hormones make us feel more hungry, and others tell us when we're full. Now, if you look at young kids or even animals, they're in tune with those hormones. They eat when they're hungry, they stop when they're full. But unfortunately, a lot of us aren't in tune with those hormones anymore. So years of yo-yo dieting can actually change those hormones and cause them to be completely abnormal in their levels, which is why a lot of us have problems with weight gain when we're yo-yo dieting. And that's one big issue, and a very good reason not to yo-yo diet. Science has shown that those hormones can be thrown out of kilter. And then the other thing, of course, is that we often don't eat just because our body's telling us that we're hungry, or stop when we're told that we're full. We eat for emotional reasons when we're stressed, tired, even happy. So we're not really listening to those hormones, but they are there. They are trying to help us control our eating. We just need to listen to them a bit more and stop putting them out of kilter by yo-yo dieting. And then another hormone that can also influence our weight is cortisol. Now, cortisol is one of the stress hormones. And if we're chronically stressed and under pressure, cortisol can encourage weight gain around the middle, where it's most associated with poor health. And it can also put our blood sugar levels up and down, making it much more difficult for us to control our eating and our cravings. So that's another one to look out for. And then, of course, any of you who might be getting towards the menopause, even if you're not really aware of it, your periods may still be regular, but your hormones are starting to change. And changes in hormones around the time of the menopause can also encourage weight gain. Now, the menopause itself hasn't been shown in scientific studies to significantly impact on your weight just by means of the hormones themselves. But if you're having a lot of trouble sleeping, and if you're feeling low in mood, which can also happen around the time of the menopause, then you might well be eating more as a result of that. So those hormones are to some degree actually affecting your weight too. So unless you've got a problem with your thyroid gland and can take a simple tablet, I'm afraid there aren't any other real medical interventions, possibly a bit of HRT if you want to discuss that with your doctor. But there aren't any other real medical interventions, tablets that can help manage all of those other hormones that might be affecting your weight, which is why doctors often slightly dismiss them, I think. But there's an awful lot that you can do yourself, and that's all around lifestyle. So by stopping yo-yo dieting and trying to stop that emotional eating, you'll get much more back in tune with your natural eating hormones. By reducing the amount of stress and getting more sleep, you'll have more impact on the levels of cortisol. And then by being healthy and fit and active, you'll also be able to improve your mood and sleep and other things that can be influenced by hormones around the menopause or other various hormonal issues in your body. So I hope all that's helped. It's quite a complicated area, but actually it does mean that we can do an awful lot to help ourselves here. And I really hope you can look back on those areas that I've talked about and see how you can improve your own hormonal control and help your weight loss.